The Coveys Twin Oaks journey began in 2003, when as a family we were praying for God's will. Once again, another faith walk was beginning. I had memorized Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. It was now time that we would live it out, to trust and obey. God was faithful to guide and to direct our steps. We could rest knowing that he was going before us. As a family, we had the peace of God and a desire to follow him. While serving here, we have experienced God. We are thankful that God invited us to become involved with him in his work at Twin Oaks Baptist Church. May all who come behind us find us faithful.
When I think back over our time here at Twin Oaks, there's just so many memories that fill my mind. To begin with, I'll never forget that snowy night when Tammy and Amy and myself rode in the back of Fletcher's Subaru out here to meet the pulpit committee. Nor will I forget how the three of us all tried to share one seat in Pete's pickup truck as he took us back to Rocky Mount. I think back to Bible schools and mission trips and all the things that happened, but I guess probably some of the dearest memories involved the first year that we did a passion play. As we started preparing for it and as the night approached, I remember a lot of people saying, "Will anyone come? Everyone in the church is in the play." But then when we opened up the doors, before we knew it, people just started pouring in. The sanctuary was packed, and at one time, it seemed to me that I counted close to 350 people. As I look back out over the people, I could see people standing along the walls. People were in the balcony, hanging over the hedge. Kids were sitting in their parents' lap, and the church was just completely packed. Finally, I had to do something I never thought that I would do. I had to say, no more. No one else can come. The sanctuary is completely full. For a few minutes, I felt like one of those characters in a Bible story. Tammy used to tell me that one of these days, the fire marshal was going to get us for having too many people in church. And I told her, I said, I want to be known as the pastor that got fined by the fire marshal for too many people. There's been a lot of great memories, and as I look over the pictures, I can't help but chuckle when I think back to that Sunday evening we went Christmas caroling and the bus broke down way up in Endicott. God bless you.
One of the first memories I have at Twin Oaks is being asked to go on the missions trip with the teens to Coe River down in Tennessee. And this was shortly after I had accepted Christ, and it was a big undertaking, but Twin Oaks made me feel at home, and they brought me along as a new Christian and helped me grow. And it was it was a wonderful experience, and enjoyed everything about it. And several memories I have of that missions trip are, when we first got down there and kind of seeing everything and not knowing what to expect, and seeing how God works, and that, once you talk to the first person, it kind of broke down the barrier that was built up, and it was a lot easier to talk to the second and third and fourth person. We had these, they were bracelets that had colored beads on them, and each bead meant something else to do with kind of the salvation experience in Christ. And one of the beads was a blue bead, and it was for the baptism that we were to follow as a sign of obedience. And that was something, when I had accepted Christ, I hadn't done that, and God kind of put it on my heart to follow through with that, since I was witnessing to other people about it, that I needed to follow through with it. So I talked to Pastor Terry one morning, and we set it up for maybe been that afternoon after we got done and had gotten back to camp. And I remember he asked Derek to be in the water with him. He claims it was because wasn't sure about the footing, but I'm pretty sure it's because he was worried about the weight of my hair after it got wet. But it was just a good experience, and that I was able to grow a lot through it. And there's a lot of memories that I always carry with me and remember from that trip. And the main memory is just that Twin Oaks made me feel like family, and that I've never forgotten that feeling. And that's one of the reasons when we moved back home that we became members here.